Cerus CM is still alive after almost 7 days of progression, and it will forever change what I expect that I get from strikes and hopefully one day raids from Guild Wars 2. Let's talk about it. Subside from Condoles, and let's get into it. So, what is, first of all, Cerus CM? This is the fight I'm just watching people right now trying to kill it. Snow Crows and, Teapot Steam from HS are both trying to kill it for over 6 days, and they still haven't done it. It's a very, very difficult fight. Not only because he has a lot of, very difficult mechanics, but also because it has a very, very high DPS check. This has never happened before. The closest thing we've had to this is something like HCCM, which definitely was very difficult, but it didn't have as tight of a DPS check as this. It didn't last as long, and also people were very not prepared for that. I'm not saying that they were for this, considering that Dagda CM happened before this, and that was very, very easy, but they have definitely gotten way better. The teams, Snowcross and Teapot, after that experience. And I think this fight, honestly, I feel like if it would have been released when ACCM was released, I think it would take even more than it's gonna actually take right now. And also, it was not bugged back. ACCM had a lot of bugs, and not only that, there's one bug that literally prevented progression whatsoever from HCCM when it actually got released. Sure, Cerus CM did have a bug like this with the health, right? And but honestly, it also had other bugs that actually made the fight easier. For example, the green bug. Before, you could actually stack them all together. Now, after the fix, you actually have to split, and that actually changes the fight a lot, and it makes it way harder. They did buff the fight, and that's actually very telling to me, because that means that not only they wanted a fight that was very, very difficult, when they saw that the health of this boss wasn't enough, and the only reason why they hadn't killed it is it's because there was a bug on the health, and they just essentially changed the health values to remove the bug, but also make it bigger, so they actually would have to progress. That tells me that they actually care about the integrity of the race. They want Arena wants a few teams to be struggling for the whole week to actually down this boss. I think they really want that. I think they like it. I mean, it's good publicity. It's good viewership right now, even without the drops. You could argue that there's a lot of people watching because of the drops, but right now we only have 12. We have 1,200 people watching right now, only on Teapots. Not even considering the fact that there's people watching Cry Phoenix for Snowcrows and other people. For example, Lauren is part of this the Teapot group as well, and they actually there's a lot of people watching them as well. It's a lot of viewership, and the drops are not even here. So I think Inet really, really like that. I even know that Maximum, the guild leader from Liquid on World of Warcraft, actually also was watching this, as he was very interested, and he has talked a few times with Teapot. So I'm actually expecting to get one of these fights, at least one a year. I don't think we're gonna get every strike as difficult as this, but I'm thinking that one of them will be this hard, just so we can have the spectacle of watching people actually kill it, and also give people that like progressing through very difficult fights the opportunity to have that, the opportunity to progress for weeks and maybe months with your friends in order to kill it. Now, does this mean that this is not gonna be nerfed? No, this is probably gonna get nerfed anyways, as the title right now for this fight is actually impossible. The DPS check is way too hard. The fight is way too hard, and it's not. They haven't even been able to kill it without the title. Of course, as soon, in my opinion, this is what I think. As soon as this dies from Snowcrows or from HS, Anet is gonna nerf it. I think in order for people to actually go for the kill, and 2, the title. Ideally, in my opinion, we would have a scenario where the title is exactly as hard as this fight is right now. So, you can actually have the, progression fight, and then, the non-title version of it, it's kind of way easier, a little bit like, I don't know, how could I mean, yeah, well, ideally, something like Canang CM, something that is kind of puggable, as this is obviously, you know, something that you're gonna have to progress for days and weeks for the same people for it to actually work. I do think we are kind of missing, a mid-tier difficulty. Right now, the difference between normal mode and this CM is monumental. There's just no way. It's not even comparable, right? And ideally, you would have normal mode that's very, very easy for people to do every day. The CM for people that actually know the fight and they're kind of, you know, it's kind of difficult. And they can actually just completely, you know, blast with, you know, a few times with your friends to learn the fight, and then they can pug it every week. And then another set of difficulty, which would be this set of difficulty, where it's like insanely difficult. You have to progress for for weeks and weeks and months. And right now we don't have that. I hope that's what ends up happening with the title versus normal version. But I would not be, too sure. I'll be a bit hesitant to say that's what's gonna happen. That would be ideal, but we'll have to see, right? I guess maybe if, you know, the DPS check becomes way lower, you're gonna be able to bring a bit other classes that maybe are a bit more, you know, they have more defensives instead of, you know, just going for very, very. Although I guess Condivert is it's not that aggressive, right? I mean, you still have a lot of life steal and stuff, and shatters, you know, and distortions and blinks. But you know what I mean. You know, you can maybe, you know, bring some healed scourges and help kind of carry you through the whole thing, right? We'll see how it ends up going. But I really hope that, you know, and I kind of learned from this. You know, honestly, I think a mistake, because the fight is very good, but there's a lot of people that are very mad at the fact that, you know, it kind of sucks that you can't really have, you know, if you're waiting for another CM, so actually, you know, just pog through like Dagda CM or Etherblade CM or Anka CM, you didn't get one. You just one less fight that you get, and 2 strikes a year is not very good. It's not a lot, and it kind of sucks that there's always one person, you know, one group of people who is losing. I really hope that they figure this out. I know that Grouch has talked about, especially in an interview, how they, you know, there's one thing that they're, you know, excited to show endgame instance players for this next expansion that's coming out, and people are going to be very excited and they're going to really like it. But who knows what that is? Is that a new raid? If it is a raid, will it have this type of difficulty? Will it have the, you know, Wing 4 type of difficulty? Will it have, Etherblade CM, for example, the tier of difficulty? Nobody knows, right? And which one should it be? Ideally, everything. Maybe what they're really excited to, you know, tell to everyone is that we're gonna get, another set of difficulty. Maybe raids, we're gonna get, every raid is gonna get a nightmare mode, right? And then every CM, well, it's gonna get a nightmare mode, and maybe Harvest Temple is gonna, you know, that one's gonna become nightmare mode, and we're gonna put a middle ground in between. Maybe that's the news. Honestly, it would be great news, but we have no idea. I think that is honestly even more important than starting to getting us more fights, because if you give us more fights, you have to do both, right? You have to give us the right amount of difficulty settings and also more fights. If you don't do both at the same time, it's kind of useless. But of course, you can just start with difficulty setting first, so every other fight in the game already has that, and then you move on to doing that with the new fights, and I think that would probably be very good. We're gonna see what happens. I'm very curious, and hopefully they kill it today. I'm gonna be watching this whole day and trying to see who kills it first, whether that is HS or whether that is Snowcrows. On the other videos, I'll leave the links in the description down below. Tell me what you guys think about it. Tell me if you disagree with anything I said, and hopefully, we get more content like this, and while at the same time not abandoning the players that don't need content like this. Just give something for everyone, ideally. But yeah, there you go. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you guys around. Love you all. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on twitch.tv/Cerus with us too. When we're playing together. 0 to hero with Teapot. 0 to hero on an A, guys. Meta trains, Ice Saga strikes, raids, everything. Fractals, of course. You can play with. We can play together, and we can learn the game together. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you guys. Bye bye.